welcome everybody to What's Up Bolts. I'm Fernando Ramirez. Bad loss. I mean, what else can you say? That was a pretty embarrassing game. Chargers lose to the Texans 32-12, and just couldn't get anything going on offense outside of Ladd McConkey. Run game wasn't there. Pass game, unless your name is Ladd McConkey, wasn't there. Defense tried as much as they could. The defense tried as much as they could to keep the Chargers in there, the team in there, but it's the offense, their Achilles heel of the whole season, that is what couldn't get them over the hump, and now they look into the offseason. So we'll get into the whole game right now. So yeah, let's go with the intro.
Compas on the beat. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. So where's Compas?
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Daygo is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's pretty much it. Couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7th-rounder. So
Freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Welcome to What's Up Bolts. Again, I'm Fernando Ramirez. Chargers lost 32-12 against the Houston Texans in the wild card round of the playoffs. Hats off to the Houston Texans. They played a really tough brand of football. Corners, pass rush was getting to Herbert. A lot of it, they caused a bunch of turnovers, same as the Chargers. So, but we'll get into that. Let us now bring in this individual.
I'm absolutely disgusted right now. That was about one of the worst Charger offensive performances I think I've seen in some time. Hi, Angie. That's a bright spot. Hi, Angie. Get to talk to you. Someone nice. I don't know whether I'm going to drink tonight or not. I'm still debating that. I don't know.
I mean, right off the bat, it seemed like the Chargers were going to be able to move the football consistently on the Houston Texans. Start off the game with a 10-play drive for 57 yards, but then they end up getting a 3rd and 1. And Dan's been saying this all season long. Don't go heavy. You don't have the kind of team to go heavy. The Chargers end up going heavy. I think it was Joe Alt that got blown up on the play, and J.K. Dobbins loses 2 yards. Then right off the bat, I think C.J. Stroud throws a ball to Mechie, and he fumbles it. Chargers recover. They only go 6 plays for 12 yards, and they kick a field goal up 6-0. And punt, interception of C.J. Stroud. And then it feels like this is kind of where the game kind of turned around. Herbert tries to go deep to Quentin Johnston, and Lassiter picks him off, and they punt, but then the Chargers punt right back to him. And then here, right before the half, the big play here, where is it? Hold on. Was it not on this? Yeah, here it is. Houston's facing 3rd and 16 on their own 17. CJ fumbles the initial snap. He picks it up. He throws deep. Runs to the right side, throws to the right in the middle of the field, and Hutchinson catches it for 34 yards. That's essentially what kind of turned this game around, because that's what gave Houston life. They rolled down the rest of the field, and that's where CJ Stroud figured out, oh, hey, wait, I have Nico Collins on here. Nico Collins, 37 yards, and then for a big play on 2nd and 10, and then he catches a touchdown pass, and Chargers go 3 and out. Then coming out of it, and then right before the half, 5-play drive, CJ Stroud on that drive to kick a field goal right before the half. CJ Stroud with a 27-yard scramble up the middle, going to half 10-6. They come out of halftime. They fumble the ball. the Chargers end up going on turnover on downs. They
Banger of a song.
So essentially, the two plays that really killed the Chargers in the second half was the interception that Herbert threw to Murray that he pick-sixed it, and then I'm not trying to bring it back to you guys, but that pick-six, and then obviously the pick that he threw that it went off of Will Dissly and into the hands of Derek Stingley. And then the Derwin James failed interception. I think it was right here. Dan, you had asked me. Yeah, it was actually they ended up getting a field goal on that play, but the failed Derwin James interception cost them 3 points. So it was just a little bit of everything that happened in this game. But initially, what is your initial reaction to all of this?
I love it. Shout out to my boy Angel. Okay. My initial reaction is that this is absolutely an embarrassment of what happened today. Angel's right here where he says, we've been talking about it all year, Walmart greeters. What you noticed early in the game, no one could make a contested catch. The only one who could make a contested catch was named Ladd McConkey as a rookie. If I was Harbaugh right now after this game, after they got home in LA, I wouldn't even wait for the offseason free agency. I'd start telling people to clear out some damn lockers now. The receivers all need to be gone. They need to get more receivers. They need to get the tight ends out of there because Will Dissly can't catch anything. Apparently, he was wide open twice. He couldn't catch it. That's what's been the story of the year. On top of that, I would love to see where was all the people who were saying I was an idiot because Sawyer wasn't a big upgrade over Trey Pipkins. He gave up a lot of pressures also. Okay. On top of that, the inside three I would get rid of. Okay. The other thing is someone said something about T. Higgins. Right now, I would overpay for T. Higgins. He at least is probably going to catch the damn football when he's open. That's what you didn't get. You didn't get any separation in this game. Look at all the Ladd McConkey catches, all contested, people around him, in his face. That's what happened. You have no run game. You have no offensive lineman inside. Greg Roman apparently decided to take the week off and just start doing everything that hadn't worked all year. And it's like, what the hell did you expect? He's trying to go heavy when it hasn't worked all year. Still in the playoffs, no adjustments. Like, my God, what are we even thinking right now? You don't have the Hogs up front for that. At least maybe a QB sneak, but even then it's a risk. I thought, again, it was stupid. They kicked the field goal instead of going for two. That to me was idiotic. And yeah, Mark Matlock, part of it is this. Got out coached 100%. They made adjustments. No one else did. But the problem is also that's D'Amico Ryans. He's in year 2. So he's been able to assemble a lot more with that team and free agency and everything else. Look at the team Harbaugh took over. So anyone, like, I understand Herbert played absolutely terrible today. But again, it's a team effort out there. If he doesn't have pressure, if he doesn't have guys doing their jobs and getting open, that's a huge problem all around. He had a few bad passes. The biggest issue was oh, I thought this was the big problem too. I said this earlier. I don't know why Herbert didn't take off running a few times. It looked like he had open. Blue Dream has a point. Biggest issue was Dan was Herbert didn't use his legs. I didn't understand that either. So offensively, it was just a nightmare because you have none of your phases working. No run game, no pass game. And the other part that just baffles me, there was 2 different sacks they gave up because they miscommunicated and did not know who they're going to. That's a problem. That's an issue. That's how you get guys hurt. That's how you hurt franchise quarterbacks you pay $50 million to or $55 or whatever it is. Okay? Obviously, the cheese-eating bastard's excited. His team will get smacked tomorrow, and then he'll say, oh, okay, it doesn't matter. No one expected us to win. Whatever. The Packers are a joke. We're not talking about that right now. But, offensively, just no idea what was going on. And it was unbelievable. You couldn't get tight ends open, couldn't get receivers open, couldn't get the run game going. And it was just, that's what happened. They got stuffed at all points. And then off of that, instead of making adjustments, trying to get quick routes, like, we're still dropping back and he's getting sacked. Like, what are we even doing? That's why, like, to me, the part that pisses me off the most is they're going to run down Herbert the whole offseason again. But it's like, who does he have to pass to out there? That's what I don't get. It's not like he has a top 5 offensive line like, Mahomes has in Kansas City right now, or has had. And it's just unbelievable. I'm just so disgusted. I'm not even going to watch the Ravens and Steelers game. It's just disgusting to watch that right now. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And the issue, like you said, now is going to be Jim and his staff are going to have to sit down and point to every defensive line. They're going to need help. Pass rushing, they're going to need help. They need to go get. There's going to be a lot of
free agents.
What?
Free agents?
Yeah,
well,
they're going to
go to this.
They're going
Chasing Ghost has a good point. His ball placement was off all night, like he was trying too hard to be cautious. Part of it is also, it's like your username. He started seeing ghosts. That's how that high pass flailed on him to Lad McConkey, and they got picked off. I think that was the pick 6 or whatever. The other one was Will Disley. Apparently, you can only hit him in the chest for the bastard to catch a pass. Unbelievable. Then Blue Dream has a great point right here. Mahomes' O-line can also false start all they want. Not even the same sport, 100%. They have an advantage of the 12th man.
Goomba, I'd be very surprised if they fired Greg Roman.
Yeah.
That's I don't. I'd be really surprised.
Just absolutely disgusted. I can take losing on a game-winning field goal if they play well. Because in my mind, I know we're shitting on the offense right now, but the defense played their ass off. They played their ass off. You got to take your hats to them. Obviously, we need some upgrades at positions over there, but they played their ass off. They kept this team in the game when the offense just didn't know what day it was. Like, my God almighty. I don't know if they were drunk out there or what it was, but I couldn't believe it. You would have thought it was, the undefeated Patriots out there they were playing against.
I know everybody's saying wide receiver in the first round, but why? You ended up getting Lad McConkey in the second round. If you can find true gems, that is completely that you don't have to get a receiver in the first round. That doesn't mean anything. I agree with what Mark is saying here. You need a true number 1 corner. Cornerback is Nico Collins. What did he end up with? He ended up with 7 catches for 122 and 1 touchdown. The other thing is that they were just using guys sparingly, like 1 catch by Hutchinson, 4 by Mechie, and then Joe Mixon, 25 carries, 106. So they definitely did everything right on their side of the field, and I truly think that Jim is going to have to sit down with his staff and evaluate. And the good thing is, as of right now, Jesse Minter should be coming back, barring any last minute somebody trying to go get him.
They're not going to hire him.
No, they're not. They're not. But I just have to throw it out there just in case. But this was Jesse Minter's first year as the defensive coordinator, and he didn't have his guys. But no, I am of the belief that this was a terrible first terrible first playoff game in the Harbaugh era. And now it's going to be about sitting down, evaluating where you think you need to go right. Obviously, they need to go get a right guard. Like
right guard, center, left guard.
I think if they're going to keep anybody on that line, it's going to be the left guard. I think they're going to try and give Zion 1 more year. But I think right guard and center are going to be key. Cornerback key. Receivers everywhere. I'd be really surprised if I'd be really surprised if it's not just Lad McConkey and Darius Davis that return next season, just because you need a jump start at receiver. And
none of those
I understand
guys can get separation. It was like they were wearing backpacks all night, dude.
And then you look over at tight end. They need, like, you literally were depending on Will Disley, Tucker Fisk, Scott Matlock, like Stone Smart to make catches, and they just weren't there. So I definitely think that they're gonna have to reevaluate and kind of in a sense, blow up this offense and change it completely up, because you're going to have over 100 million in cap. You're going to need more in cap. You're going to need more players on the offensive side of the football. Now, on the defensive side of the football, on the offensive side, I still think that they need to lock up J.K. Dobbins. I still think that they need to. I don't know about Gus Edwards. I don't know what they're going to decide to do there. But I think J.K. Dobbins should return. Kamani Vidal should see more, but I still think that they need another running back. I think on the other side, Poona Ford and Tierra Tart should be guys that come back. I definitely think that they should be guys that come back. Elijah Molden certainly is a guy. Tony Jefferson is another guy that that should definitely come back. But there are pieces to this team that they should keep. And yeah, Goomba, I think Fulton is going to be one of those guys.
Son of a bitch. I am fucking a week without drinking Coke Zero. And today is the day I thought about breaking my New Year's resolution. I'm 10 days out. I'm 10 days in. No Coke Zero. Today, because they fucked this up so bad, I feel like drinking Coke Zero. Thank you, cheese-eating bastard.
No, Bounty Guild. It seems like Cam Hart did come back. Well, I don't know anything, but Cam Hart did come back into the game.
I like what Chasing Ghost said right here. Screw a wide receiver. If we're going to play hardball, we need to continue to build up the lines, the defense, and especially the tight ends. I totally agree. I'm of the same heart and mind. I think what you need to do more than anything is protect Justin Herbert. You can't have oopsies in the trenches where we're giving guys free hits on our $50 million or $55 million quarterback. You need to get guys to protect him and have a run game. That's where you can expand and start getting receivers and everything else. But I totally agree. You cannot have these three inside return next season. You need upgrades there big time.
Yeah, they're going to need, but I mean, we'll get into the whole offseason stuff when we do the show later this week.
Yeah.
We will have a wrap-up show, so stay tuned for that. The wrap-up show will probably happen after we speak with Jim Harbaugh this week. I don't know when he's going to speak, but yeah, the Chargers are going to have draft picks. They're going to have money. They're going to have a lot of different tools. But going back to this game, it was just the little things. Like, they couldn't get the run game going. Herbert got hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It was bad. It was bad. And they kept dropping him back, dude. Like, get the ball out of his hands quick. My God. I
think he was sacked 4 times, and 2 of them were on that drive. The one where he got sacked twice in a row, and then he threw that
touchdown
past Ladd McConkey.
I was gonna say that
they went away from the run. 9 carries for J.K. Dobbins for 26 yards, 7 carries for Gus Edwards for 22, and then they just went away from it. I don't get it. And then again, here we go. Ladd McConkey, 9 catches, 197, and a touchdown. The next guy, Will Dissly, 2 catches, 16 yards.
Jesus, God help us. That's it. That stat line right there is what I would forward to those fucking morons who are going to be out there on Monday talking trash about Justin Herbert and all them. You know, they're acting like he has Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins out there throwing the football to. These guys couldn't get separated. They're a year ahead. So exactly.
What?
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, he's right. Oh, wow, finally. He said something right.
Oh, well, I was going to say he's an idea guy.
He talks to everybody. Finally, something good. Jesus Christ, I'm about to have a stroke out here.
And I do think that Roman will be back. I'd be really surprised if.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Robert D. Herbert did have a bad game. He started seeing ghosts early because he started getting hit. That was a problem. A few sailed on him, but you know, again, like part of it is, man, it's just. I think it's in the playoffs, especially, you're not going to be able to get away with receivers who can't get separation. You know, that was just part of the problem. I honestly think people were out there just taking up space. Like, my God.
And there's like it or not, and the problem is that the Chargers don't. The Chargers haven't experienced it as much, and the reason why the how do I want to put this? When you look at the game, it's really, really I don't know. I don't know how I don't want to. I don't know. I think that it's one of those things where they really are gonna have to sit down and analyze everything.
They need a total overhaul though. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like
I'm sure they're gonna bring back Will Dissly for the blocking aspect, but like Hayden Hurst really didn't give you anything this year.
Neither did Tomlinson.
Yeah. Well, no, that guy's not even on the roster. I think he's on. Yeah. No, I get it.
Is he on IR?
But,
okay.
They
Yeah,
do
I hope Matt comes back too cheap. I'm still surprised by this. I know we've already talked about it. I'm surprised Herbert didn't run it all. I like what Alex says here. Spend on guards and centers, draft a tight end when D-line. Okay, there you go. In the trenches. Yeah, Bounty, not a good game. Angie shot out. Yeah, 100%. Just not a good receiving game, you know. Because that's the thing, right? Like when quarterbacks are forced to hold the ball longer, worse things are going to happen. Because either he's going to throw into tight windows and they're going to create turnovers like the Texans did today, or it's going to be, you know, contested catches, no easy give me's, you know what I mean? Or sacks. So that's exactly what should always be the game plan. And because we have receivers who can't get off, you know, probably the press, that's what happened. They just couldn't get separation.
And then the worst part is that, I mean, Quentin had no, I think he had no, no catches.
I hope not Robert D. I hope not. Sometimes I feel the same way.
J.K. Dobbins, 0 catch. Darius Davis, 1 catch for 4 yards. DJ Chark, 1 catch for 10 yards. Tucker Fisk, 1 catch for 15 yards. Then, like I said, Will Dissly, 2 catches for 16. And then Ladd McConkey, 1 for 197.
Oh, yeah. This was a big one right here. Could not catch another one who could not catch contested catches. Like, my God. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to be the thing. They're going to need an X receiver, somebody who can. And again, I really don't think that T. Higgins is the solution, to be completely honest. And that's what I was saying, Mark, at the beginning. Those cornerbacks for Houston they're both really good. They're both good big time players. So, that's what I wanted to say earlier, but I got all mixed up. The thing, when you get to the playoffs, there's a button that a switch that you hit. The Chargers don't have that. They don't know about that yet. They might have found out today that there's a different switch. Houston I bet you their locker room is packed with a bunch of stuff that people said, that everybody said, and I'm not, and this was, that was the going to what's it called? When you get energy like that as a team, that could really help you. And look at the way their team came out today. And that wasn't even at first. At first, their team came out struggling. And when they noticed, I'm sure that the Chargers were just not taking advantage of it. They're like, oh shit, let us take advantage of it. Essentially, that Justin Herbert interception kind of is what, because right there, the Chargers could have gone down the field and scored a touchdown.
That was such a bad pass too.
Yeah, put it up
throwing across your body, going all the way over there, double coverage.
You know the worst part is? You know what the worst part is? That's a pass that he makes to Mike, that he's done to Mike Williams numerous times.
Yeah, but this guy,
and it's like, Mike. I get it. If that was Mike, then yeah, make that throw. But it's Quentin Johnston. You can't be making that throw.
No.
So it was just one of those things where the Chargers haven't learned yet to hit the switch. But I mean, Jim's gonna have a whole off season now, and I get it. That was the excuse. I get it, but you guys also have to see that they're gonna have a whole off season to put it together. I mean, I really think that everybody kind of needs to take a step back and say, wow, for Justin Herbert to come this far and the team to come this far with some of the players that they had. I mean, there's a lot of players that at the beginning of the season were like, oh wow, Christian Fulton's a really good corner. Like, this is a hidden gem. and then it started unraveling. There's some other players that started unraveling. Some of the guys that didn't unravel, Puna Ford, Tier Tart, Dayon Henley, like
a few bright spots. Yeah,
Denzel Perryman going down really hurt them.
Yeah, that was also a big problem too.
And you got Tarheeb Still, Cam Hart, two guys that everybody thought was going to be kind of a throwaway. Everybody thought it's going to be Asante Samuel Jr. and Christian Fulton, and it ended up being Cam Hart and Tarheeb Still that kept this thing together for the secondary. So, I definitely think that what these guys need to do is just analyze, go into the offseason and watch this game. They're going to have to be really honest when they watch this game and just say that they got out coached, they got out physicaled, and they got ran out of the stadium. And honestly, it wasn't even that bad until that pick
six.
Even the pick six, 20-6, you could definitely come back from that.
Yeah, but the momentum,
interception that Will Dissly hit up to Derek Stingley, because Stingley brought it back to by the
15 or something.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins was able to tackle him, and then they got a field goal out of that, and that's kind of 23-6. So a lot of that stuff is really what ruined them, and so it's just the little things that we've been talking about. The little things are essentially what did them in today. So the little things is what they're going to have to go to in the offseason. And the problem is that they got Jim Harbaugh, so all the expectations were through the roof. But then if you really look at the team, I mean, I don't even think I'm surprised they even made the playoffs looking at some of the pieces that they have on this team. But again, no excuses. They got out coached tonight. And Jim is, and I'm sure Jim's going to be one of those guys that's probably going to watch the game tonight 3 or 4 times, and just be like, crap, we missed this opportunity, we missed that. They're all going to kick themselves watching this film, because Tony Jefferson caused turnovers, Alohi Gilman caused a turnover, Derwin James, guys caused turnovers on the defensive end. They couldn't take advantage on the offense. So, but I get it. Everybody's saying that it looks like he forgot to use his legs. Using his legs or not, that wouldn't have helped. What using his legs would have done what? Yeah, it could have earned them more. It kept drives alive and stuff, but no, I don't want to say it like that. Never mind. It's just an all around really bad game.
Because you can't this is one sport, and this is the part that pisses me off about the media and everybody else. This is the one sport no man can take over a game. A man can take over a game in about baseball because of the pitchers. I'll give him that. Basketball,
regardless
you need
of what
one
they
guy
try
on
and
the
tell
floor.
you about the Chiefs.
It's not one guy. It's never been one guy. So that's why it pisses me off when they want to throw this on his shoulders. And I get it. He's the face of the franchise. He makes 55. But at the same time, it's like, dude, it was the team assembled. We knew what it was. What was left over from Telesco, that was barely serviceable with the cap that they had. Now, like Alex said earlier, there's no excuses next year. It's going to be Harbaugh's team, and it better be, because you have $100 million to spend. You have the advantage in the draft because you just came out of college, so you know all these players. So 100%, you better put something better out in the product. You better win in the first round of the playoffs next year, or else that's going to be another failed year.
Yeah, next year there is no excuse for any of this. But like I said, Ladd McConkey and Darius Davis should probably be the only receivers that make it back next year.
Who'd you say? Darius Davis
and Ladd McConkey.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Darius Davis can catch with his hands, and he made some big time impact plays with touchdowns. But the biggest problem is and I hate to use a reference like baseball, but where are the guys? Where are the guys? What does he say in baseball? Jonah Hill. He says, I forgot what it is. They're debating whatever. Guys on base. That's what you need. Guys on base. So you know what I need for now? I need guys who are going to have multiple catches in a game, averaging at least 4 yards. Because right now, this disparity you have of Ladd getting about 10 catches and everybody else getting 1 or 2, that's a problem. That's losing football. I'm tired of losing. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. You have Jim Harbaugh. You paid all this money for him and his staff and everything else. It's time to get it going. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of being the joke of the league. I'm sick of all these idiots texting me, talking shit. Unbelievable. It has to happen now. Moving forward, there is no excuses, and they need to get this under control, dude, because my God, what was out there today was just unacceptable. That I am just so furious with what I saw out there. Again, it's almost like things that worked in the past few weeks, and I understand they weren't very good teams, but you at least knew how to put points on the board and move the ball early. They scored two instead of score. If they would have scored 2 touchdowns, that's a huge momentum swing. 6 points, 6.5. That's all you could muster offensively, and it's not like they did any better in the second half. So that's a problem. They need to really just go into. They need to start from the ground up in the sense of what is our offensive philosophy and how can we get there with the players that we had. I like what Robert D says here. Disley had 2 terrible key bad plays. The drop on 3rd and something where it would have either gotten us the first down or we would have been 4th and short. And then the bop up to a damn corner to pick it off and run it the other way. Unbelievable.
And the thing is too is that and Herbert last year told me that he watches every game over and over again, and when he watches this game, it's gonna be one of those where I'm sure he's gonna be like, shit, dude, like that's a disgusting game. But
here's this bastard now too. Hey Joe, take it easy. You clean house over there. You don't even know where you're gonna be, buddy. So you better not be throwing stones up here. You don't even know what's going on in your own backyard, my guy. Just take it easy.
But just going back to the amount of pressure that Houston was able to generate is just so impressive. I mean, Anderson, and at one point they were just doing stunts to do it. They were bringing it up the middle. They were using Danielle Hunter. They were using all kinds of guys going in the middle.
Dude, the one where he missed that deep-ass pass to Ladd McConkey because Danielle Hunter or Daniel, whatever the hell his name is, just completely sat Sawyer on his ass. Like, unbelievable. Threw off the timing, and it was terrible.
Yeah. It just it was just bad.
Oh, Joe, how could we do that? I don't think we can.
No, he's making fun of you.
Okay, that's what I thought. Whatever, who cares? I'm not going to text anybody. My phone's going to be in my room. I'm going to lock myself in another room. I'm not going to come out until maybe Monday when I have to because I got to go to work. This is bullshit.
But I don't know. Did the whole team stay in Vegas?
Maybe the Raiders locker room did.
But yeah, no, they definitely need to go get players in the offseason. I know that there's going to be huge question marks when it comes to Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, what's his name, Trey Pipkins, which guys should they
Not a question for me.
Which guys they should re-sign?
They should not re-sign Sawyer unless he's a tackle. A tackle, he was always solid. Guard, he's been terrible. You cannot have him as a plan for a guard anymore. I think this game shows it. You can't do it. That experiment has gone long enough. I'm over it. I don't want to see it. Bring in some real competition. Bring in some real guys to play offensive line. You cannot have this. And if you can, and honestly, if you can, try and go get a vet at center. Someone with a big IQ and everything else.
Blue Dream, I get that, but there weren't that many. I mean, if you guys notice, there's a huge difference between the Chargers defensive line and their defensive line. They had the middle covered. They did not have, they weren't like leaving open hole. Like the only time that TJ took off running was when the Chargers left, the holes opened up and he just took off running. Here, he was getting thrown to every side. There was no open hole for him to run through. But I mean, I guess just nitpicking at this point, if we're being completely honest.
Way,
but
who cares? It's over. It's on to next year. The rest of the season doesn't matter. If the Chiefs win again, I'm going to drink myself to death. That's all I'm going to do.
No, don't say that.
This is a good point by Chasing Ghosts. You know, I hope Jim forces Herbert to practice more on his pass velocity and trajectory. He's usually accurate when throwing lasers, but his accuracy dips when throwing with more arc. 100%. So he needs to learn how to put a little more air on that thing to let receivers run under it, if that makes sense. Because that's been part of the issue when he throws deep, is that he doesn't put enough air on that thing, and then it goes in almost like a bullet. You know what I mean? So one thing I would love him to do too, Chasing Ghosts, I don't know what you think about this, pocket presence. That's all I would work all offseason with him. Pocket presence. Moving in the pocket, escaping, moving. Like, my God, dude.
Oh, Joe.
Oh, Joe Morley. That's why we love you. That's why we love you.
I mean, just
the future looked bright. Right now it sucks. I hate this. I feel like Michael Scott, you know. I hate this. I'm dead inside. This is the worst. Because now I have to deal with all these idiots who are going to text me, who are going to want to talk trash, who are going to want to do this and do that. Like, let's see. Okay, never mind. That was about another team. Never mind. I take that back. It still sucks. I hate it. By the way, smash the like button. Appreciate all you guys in here. Any overreaction, send it. So,
yeah.
This one also drives me crazy. Oh! I was about to press something else. The tip passes. Get the tip passes down. He throws with such a low trajectory, it like barely crosses, and I'm like, my God, half the time. Manzano's excited because of the pain that it brings me. That scumbag Hilberto just had to pick the Chargers, just had to speak nice about the Chargers and speak bad about the Texans. It's unbelievable.
He's going to call them his Texans again. Watch.
I bet. I bet you if you go in their locker room right now, all it is Hilberto of pictures on there saying it's a bye week, like an asshole.
Joe, in all honesty, if their Santino Morella would who would the Raiders be? Ric Flair, like still trying to hang out into those championships from years ago.
Exactly. Alex agrees with you. Keep Dobbins. I would keep Dobbins too. I think now it doesn't even matter that you got Zeke. Get them all out of here. We need to find some other backs.
Yeah. This offseason is going to be really interesting to see what the Chargers end up doing. And the problem is,
I love this, Joseph. He's 100% right. I'm tired of hearing in and out of the hands of the receivers and tight ends. That's been the plague that has, infected this team all season. It's unbelievable. My God.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna like I said, this whole offseason is gonna be really interesting.
Did you see what Blue Dream said? He answered your question. The Raiders would be a plane chair, ready to be folding, swung, bent, and tossed into the dumpster.
Oh, that's actually a good one.
Bounty Guild, you know it. The Hilberto curse lives on.
King Rye, how you doing, man? It wasn't, none of it was there tonight, to be completely honest, and that's what I thought. When they got to one point, I thought, "Oh wow, maybe this is going to be like a comeback for
the touchdown. The touchdown. I think they were only down 8 or something.
Yeah, but
that
to
me was so stupid on so many levels. Number one, why are you kicking the field instead of going for 2? And the other one, I don't know why Dicker didn't just catch it and go down. You don't need to be a hero. Don't just bat it. It's a live ball.
Yeah, Dennis. What about Tier Tart? Are you keeping him or are you letting him walk?
Oh, I like Tier. I hope they can keep Mac. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen with this team? I think another problem, at least, one thing with the defensive side that I noticed, the backups I don't think did much. And I'm talking about, or more like the rotation guys. I don't think Bud Dupree affected the game too much. And I don't think Thule affected the game too much. And that was kind of a problem at some points too.
I'm interested to see when you when they look. I still think that they need to get Derwin, somebody on the other side of him. The Chargers have to answer questions on Alohi Gilman too. But Blue Dream, have a good one.
Have a good one, Blue Dream.
Jumping in here. You're the best. The Bounty Guild. I don't know if I'd have JK as my starter, but I definitely think that you need to bring him back. I think he'd be a solid 1-2 punch with another running. I think he had some great moments, and if next year you can go get that offensive line built, he'll definitely he'll have
you get Skibidoo Papa, that running back from Arizona or somebody. But Bounty Guild. This was another one. Bartholomew has a great point right here. Talking about Herbert getting his arm ripped off every pass play. Oh my God. But that's how bad it's been. Like that they're draped on him. And God forbid, his elbow gets stinged up, especially on his passing arm or anything else. That's gonna be a problem. And you can't have that, dude. You got to protect this guy. That's why Jim Harbaugh was brought in, to be physical and protect the quarterback with the run game and great offensive line play. You haven't had that really all year this year. I know everybody got excited with the Patriots, but remember, the Patriots were 3-13 or whatever the hell the stupid record was. And that's what happens. You get exposed in the playoffs when you're not a good team, and that's what happened tonight. They're just not where they want to be yet.
Let's see what we do have. Are you okay seeing something from the locker room or no?
It depends who it is. Who is it?
Let's see.
Don't try and put someone up there that's gonna piss me off.
Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Both of these are correct. When your center and guard get dominated like this, offense can do nothing. That's why it's a team sport. No matter what these idiots on TV will tell you, they'll lie to you. Okay, I love what Bartholomew says also.
Bradley Bozeman.
They led the league in drops.
Getting emotional here. What's coming to your mind?
You guys just working, man. These guys working, that's all. They deserve more.
Does this bode well for the future of the franchise?
Yeah, it's a good starting point. We came in, we did some really good things. I hope I'm around next year. Love this place. Right now, it's out of my hands, so we'll see what goes forward. And this organization is going to be in a great spot this year, whether I'm here or not. But I want to be a part of that. So,
Justin's carried you guys.
Basically what he said is that regardless if he's here next offseason or not, he feels like the Chargers are in a good starting point, that they're going to be even better next year. Dan, you have somebody that everybody's saying that it went through Ladd's hands, that ball. I don't know. This is what
no, but it did, but it was high. He couldn't get it.
Darius Butler says ball goes high through Ladd's hands and off Disley's hands, and now Herbert sucks, huh?
That guy knows ball. And then
100%. Casey Hayward says that's what Sherm's telling me.
Oh, that guy said, yeah. Casey Hayward knows ball. Sherman, I was about to say Sherman Edwards. What's his name?
Darius
Richard Sherman,
Butler.
idiot.
Oh yeah,
Richard Sherman, idiot. Go check the ring camera footage, dude.
Jesus. Let me see if I think Nick Wright is such an idiot, but
what did Nick?
Here we go. Here's Derwin James after the game. Let's see.
That's another one who I feel bad for. That guy always plays his ass off.
Derwin, it looked like you caught it. What did they say?
I don't know, man. I always tell you, I'm not refereeing the game, man. I'm just trying to play hard and make plays for my team.
Yeah, he's not trying to get fined.
Reason, so gotta just keep going.
When the city decides and you reflect on just first year with Coach Harbaugh to win 11 games, you guys in the right direction.
Didn't train nobody for nobody. No coach, no player. Like I said, when we just didn't get it, we wasn't a better team today. It's not basketball. We got a series of 7. They got us today, and we got to move on from it.
You said that this was one of your favorite teams ever. Like,
Yeah.
what about it will you always hold
the togetherness, every man just wanting to get it right every day. Coaches, players, everybody just putting everything in it, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Thank you, Darwin.
Yeah. Just a shit show. That was terrible, dude. Terrible. I like what Dennis is here. I bet so. You know who's at his black party or block party? You know who's at Acho's block party? Probably his co-host. Who knows? We'll see. Weird things
This
going
is
on.
Rashawn Slater.
Well, Rashawn, I know this one hurts you guys. Just what were the Texans doing defensively today?
Play better football than us.
When the sting of this subsides, though, you guys won 11 games. You feel like you're in the right direction, right coaching staff, right guys in this locker room.
Yes, 100%. We'll be back stronger. Proud of this team. Thankful to be part of this team. And I know the type of guys we got. This is not the end for us. We'll be back stronger. Tough one today, though.
So uncharacteristically offensively, what do you attribute the kind of the inability to kind of move the ball throughout the course of the game?
I think, like I said, I think they just played better ball than us. I think we got to protect better. We got to run the ball better. And, yeah, that's it.
Jeez. Definitely a tough one. Brett, if you're asking if we're safe, yes, we're in San Diego, and 100%. The Fires, I'm sure, played a role in the players, but, I mean, that's the NFL. You got to just keep rolling. You know what I mean? So, Robert D. Robert D.
They're like an individual that, like, if I put his, you don't want to hear from him, right?
Who? We'll put it up and let's see. If something that's going to piss me off, I'm going to tell you it's going to piss me off. Go. Just put it. Who cares? I don't know.
What were you doing from your perspective?
First drive?
Yeah, just after that first drive.
I mean, everybody at that time was just focused on just keeping that going. Keeping full head of steam. Obviously, we were up and down in some parts. I mean, the main focus. The whole game was play. Getting better, just having our minds on the end zone. Obviously that only happened once today. So, like I said, just execution.
What was coach's message to you guys after the season?
After the season, just honestly, just keep our heads up. Obviously with the loss like that, that's so abrupt. It's so kind of harsh. I mean, it's not too much anybody can say that's going to make anything quote unquote better in this situation. But he was just letting us know that he still loves us and got us that type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that. That's just low hanging fruit. I don't know what to say. I mean, I just don't. But let's get back to this. I thought I saw something here that I liked, or not that I liked, but I wanted. Where is that? Oh, I love this overreaction. Will I ever experience another playoff win in my life? Who knows? Sometimes, I feel the same way, and it's absolutely just a dark pit to think about. Dennis right here saying, you guys think Herbert can recover from this loss? He looked at so empty. Dennis, what I would tell you is, I think more than anything, I understand what you're talking about when you say he looked empty. He did look a little bit defeated on screen a few times when they showed him, and I didn't like that. But, I mean, he's getting beat. He's getting beat up is the worst part also. They're getting a lot of pressure on him. So I think that's just that. I think what he showed, I think the harder game would have been getting over Jacksonville. And I think he did that this year. He was over it. New year, new him. And, he came out and he played well most of the season. He just didn't play well in this game. And the whole team didn't play well this game. So I think he'll be fine next year. They're going to get him weapons, hopefully, and they'll kind of fill out this team a little better. Let's see what we got.
Dan, I won't I won't subject you to this any longer. Yeah, just a bad game from Herbert. The offensive, it's just a whole team. Like the team was really bad. Let me see. What if the media underestimated the Texans most? Chargers worried and kept them.
I know this is the worst part. Bounty Guild. Derwin legendary season wasted. No trophy at the end.
Yeah, they're gonna have to they're gonna have to regroup and really Joe and Jim Alexander and all those guys are really gonna have to get together and
I think the other thing too is Jim's gonna remind him of this feeling, you know, in the offseason, at the beginning of next year and at tough times next year. But you know, it's year one. They oh my God. It's year one. They're dealing with a lot of stuff from a lot of players. Well, they have a lot of players from last year who obviously last year didn't go very well. So I mean, it's gonna if it's gonna work, it's gonna take time. So I don't even know how to say it. Let's just get to next year already. So I mean, it is what it is. Let's get to free agency, see who they're gonna bring in.
yeah. Yeah, no, I mean we'll see what happens, but again, I wouldn't count out Harbaugh and
no, I wouldn't either. His first year at Michigan, I think, was good, but it took some time for him to start beating Ohio State and get him to the playoffs. So
I just hope it doesn't take him as long as it did.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
But for your sake. But again, we will be back. We will be back later this week. Probably either Wednesday or Thursday. Don't know yet.
Brett, I love your comment. I couldn't agree more. 100%.
What was this comment? Just look at the oh my God. Again, I would hold off on the Greg Roman stuff too. Again, next year is going to be the year where everything is going to be evaluated. I definitely think that it just is. It is what it is. They just suffered a terrible loss. They were embarrassed on national TV, and now they're going to have to
100%.
They're going to have to wait. And the worst part is these guys, and I can't remember who told me. I think it might have been Melvin Ingram. I can't remember who told me this, but they said that the worst part is when you lose in the playoffs is that you don't have next week to take it, like to come back out here and do something. Like you have what? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, 8 months.
8 months, yeah.
8 months they have to wait till this happens again. So yeah, we'll see what happens. The season literally flew by very very fast. So it's incredible. John, yeah, but it took him a while to let go of him. So we'll see what happens. But again, thank you guys so much for checking out this episode. We will be back later this week. We'll let you guys know on the Four Compas when we'll be back. Most likely probably either Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll let you guys know. Again, appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Compas on the Beat. We will be going to is there a way to combine the Compas and WhatsApp Bull chats? Oh, we just do it on both. We get both of them. All the chats from both sides on here. But it's not that we split it. We just use both of them. But because, well, whatever. We'll get into that later. But again, please, I hope you guys will make it later this week. We'll have a full breakdown, and then we'll go on a little bit of a hiatus. Unless there's news or anything like that, but we'll go on a bit of a hiatus because we're going to go to Radio Row, the Super Bowl, and everything. So again, appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the best. But for the time being,
love you, Dennis. It's been great. Great season.
Dan, get us out of here.
Well, that sucked ass, but I mean, it is what it is. We can only go up from here. Let's end on some positivity. Okay, we'll end with Carlos Charger. All right. For Jim Harbaugh's first year, we made the playoffs. Can't wait to see what the future holds. 100%. It's only up from here, fellas, or everybody, ladies and gents. It's only up for here. Shout out to you, Joseph. Shout out to you. Stay safe. Exactly. I love what Brett says here. Love you guys. Stay safe. Love you too, Brett. Like the fucking video. Shout out. Help us out in some way. My God, that was terrible. Okay, be a compa, tell a compa, everybody be safe. And don't let this affect your weekend. Have a great weekend. Hug your loved ones. Do something fun. Get your mind off of it. Like me, I might drink. I might go to sleep early tonight. I'm not even going to watch the game. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And be a compa, tell a compa.